What do you think about education? Is education important? Sure it is. Do you know that the better educated a client is, the more they're apt to stay with you? Do you know why that is? Because they learn to trust you, because you become the teacher. Now, everybody likes to go to the teacher because the teacher has the answers. So I'm going to give you some ideas. I want to give you a few ideas. Now, behind me I have Ralph. Now, Ralph is a skeleton, and I bought him from Johns Hopkins. Now, I'm not selling you stuff here. I'm really not. You can go on the internet, go to Johns Hopkins, and you can find a Ralph for $200 or $300. Well, what value does Ralph have? I use Ralph all the time to explain things to my clients. The other thing I use this book. It's by Segan Adams, and it's called Illustrated Essentials of Musculoskeletal Anatomy. Now, I'm not selling this book. You can go buy it directly from them. If you want to call them, you can call 1-352-371-6342. And it sells for about $19.95. And it's got some great pictures in it. So here's one that I use a lot about the piriformis muscle. And the piriformis muscle is the muscle that goes across the main nerve into the leg, the sciatic nerve, and the main artery into the leg. And it causes most women to get spider veins and varicose veins. Now, if a woman would come and get a massage from you twice a year, every year, from the time she was 17 or 18 years old, she probably would never get varicose or spider veins. Why? Because those are symptoms of not having enough circulation into the leg. Now, why is that? Oftentimes it's because the piriformis muscle cuts off that circulation. And this book is full of great pictures. It shows the origin and insertion of each muscle. You know, we talk about the levator muscle some. There's a shot of the levator muscle. You know, it goes from the top of the spinal column down to the top of the scapula. But teaching is really important. So here's what I do. In fact, I'm going to, a little further on this program, I've asked 3 of my clients to allow us to videotape their sessions. This is a real honor. And this is pretty intrusive into their lives. They're laying here on the table getting a massage, and you're going to watch it. And I'm very thankful to them, and I really appreciate each one of them for allowing me to do this. But I want to give you a real shot at, this is how I do my business. This is how I do it. Because if you follow what I've done, you can build on that. I mean, I'm going to tell you something. You can do a lot better than I've ever done. Number one, when I was in the business full time, I charged $60 an hour. I mean, the going rate around here now is $150. It's a lot of difference, isn't there? You know, but you set the price in your own community, your own time. Now, I believe that you have to plant seeds. Well, you pretty much know that. I guess what you didn't know is I'm a farmer. I've got an organic farm. And if I could do anything in life I want to do, there's 2 things I would do. Farm and massage. I love them both. I love them. And I know when I put a seed in the ground, and I take care of it and water it and nourish it, it grows. It just does that. Well, we need to be planting seeds. And one of the seeds we can plant with our clients is knowledge. You give a person a lot of knowledge, you know what they do with it? They absorb it. And when they think about it, who do they think about? You know, I still remember Miss George, my first grade teacher, because she taught me some really cool stuff. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, you know. Did I ever forget that stuff? Absolutely not. When I think about that, who do I think about? Miss George. All the way through high school and college. Who do I think about? I think about my teachers. You know, my dad had a great saying once. He was teaching us about the S sounding like SH when it was just S, like sugar, S-U-G-A-R, sugar. And he said, he taught a class once, and he said, that's the only word that has an S that sounds like sh. And somebody said, are you sure? I never forgot that. Sugar and sure, you know. Those little things, those little stories. When we talked about the storyteller, well, the storyteller gets us to the point. When we're teaching, we need to be teaching our clients on the table what and why. What and why. Why are you doing that to me? You know, I'm not talking about foo-foo massage. In fact, I just got a copy of the ABMP's magazine, their magazine about massage. Right on the cover, Swedish massage is dead. Well, Swedish massage has been dead for centuries. Not really. It's been dead since the 50s or 60s. It's been dead a long time. Massage that works fixes a person. It makes a change in their body. when they come into your table and they get on your table, they come in the way that they come in, and when they leave differently. If they don't leave differently, I got news for you. I mean, you really need to go get a job. Because if you don't know how to make a difference, you know what's interesting? When I got my first massage, it was terrible. And my ex-wife bought it for me. She said, "How did you like it?" And I said, "Well, it was a nice gift, honey." She said, "Will, how did you like the massage?" I said, "Well, I thought it was very thoughtful of you." She said, "Will, how did you like the massage?" I said, "Well, it sucked." Anybody that pays for stuff like that's got to be an idiot. You know what she did? She bought me another one with somebody else. And it was okay. But I wouldn't go pay for another one. You know what she did to me? She bought a third one. I would never have gotten into massage if I hadn't had that third massage. And it was phenomenal because the guy fixed stuff. And when I left there, boy, my shoulders were wide open and my neck felt like it was 2 inches longer and my back was all relaxed. If you make changes, people appreciate it. They appreciate it. So teach them what you're doing. Tell them why you're doing it. Become the teacher. An educated client will never leave you. You know why? They're not going to go to somebody else. Because they go to somebody else and they're going to play pretty music. And they're going to have pretty fragrances in the room. And they're going to be nice and quiet. It's going to be one of those nice, quiet BS. That's not how you make money in this business. That's not how you build a practice. You build a practice through communication. Do you know touch is communication? Remember I mentioned haptics, H-A-P-T-I-C-S? If you haven't gone to Google or looked it up yet, you need a checkup from the neck up. That's what you need. You better look it up. Haptics. It's really important.